This is 5 Minutes to Change Your Life. My name is Joanne Mallon. I'm an author and coach. I love helping people make wee changes that make a massive difference in their lives. Give me 5 minutes of your time today. Just might change your life. Hey, hello, what about you? Have you ever noticed how sometimes our minds can turn one wee crappy moment into a full-blown shit show? You know, when you make a wee mistake, you say the wrong thing, then you assume you've pissed somebody off, and then your thoughts start spiraling. This is maybe my life here. And then you can't think of anything else apart from what's gone wrong. It's not fun, is it? But so many of us do it. It's very, very common. So that's why we're talking today about how to break negative thought patterns. And we're going to do this by learning how to work with our minds rather than against them. Because the goal here isn't to never have negative thoughts, because that would be impossible. And also, one more thing to worry about. No, the goal here is to stop these negative thoughts from taking over your life and to learn to rise above them. So let's talk about what negative thought patterns actually are, because they're not random. They are actually habits. The human brain is incredibly efficient and it loves a shortcut. So if you've been used to thinking in a particular way for years and years, your mind will automatically repeat that pattern, particularly when it's under stress. So if you've been used to catastrophizing or putting yourself down, you're going to keep on doing what you've always done because this is what you have trained your own brain to expect. But remember, just because a thought feels convincing doesn't mean that it's true. So this is the first step in breaking negative thought patterns: awareness. Pay attention to what you're doing. Observe the thought, but don't become it. Don't be consumed by it. So let's say you make a mistake, as we all do, and you might think, oh, I'm really bad, what a failure. You could instead shift perspective and say, I'm having the thought that I'm really bad and a failure. Just see that wee shift. It's important, isn't it? It's different. You're not inside the thought anymore. You're outside, noticing the fact that you're thinking. And just because you think it, that doesn't make it true. I find it useful to regard these kinds of thoughts as like notifications that pop up on your phone. Some of them are useful, some of them are rubbish, and you don't have to click on or engage with every single one. Okay, so once you've noticed that negative thought, get curious about it. Not judgmental, not putting yourself down, just curious. And ask yourself, is this thought a fact that I know for sure, or is it an interpretation? What evidence do I actually have for this thought? And what would I say to a friend who thought this about themselves? For example, if the thought is, I always mess things up, pause and ask yourself, always? Really? Every single time? A lot of the time, our brain speaks in extremes and absolutes, but reality is chewier. Reality is always somewhere in the middle. So, what you're trying to do here is you're not replacing the negative thought with something that's all happy clappy and overly positive. You're just aiming for something more accurate. We can never completely force negative thoughts away, but what we can do is acknowledge the thought, notice it, and then gently redirect our attention elsewhere. So then the negative thought doesn't become overwhelming. And you can redirect by maybe focusing on your breath for 10 seconds, or naming 5 things you can see around you, or shifting to doing something, just a small action that you can take right now. It could be anything. These are distractions. But what you're doing here is you're not giving into the negative thought, and you're giving your brain the message, thanks very much for the input, Mr. Brain, but you're okay. I've got this. Breaking negative thought patterns doesn't happen overnight. It's like trying to turn a massive big cargo ship. You can do it, but it's not going to happen fast. It will take practice, repetition, and a lot of self compassion. Some days you'll do it, and some days you won't. And that is completely fine. Every time you notice a negative thought, and rather than become consumed or overwhelmed by it, you take a step back, as we just talked about. Every time you do that, you will be rewiring your mind a wee bit more. And over time, that will add up to new, better, more positive habits. So let me know how you get on with that. I really hope this was useful to you. I would love it if you'd leave a rating or a review. Anything like that is much appreciated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.